Alright, so another great night's sleep at Hampton Inn. Man, their beds are like crazy comfortable. Went downstairs, got a little bit of breakfast. Got some stuff loaded up on the bike. Got a couple more things left to do. A little cool and breezy out this morning, but it's really supposed to warm up to, I believe, upper 70s, maybe even mid 80s where I'm headed today. Shorter ride today than yesterday. But still probably around 7 hours on the bike today. We'll see, but weather looks beautiful outside. It's supposed to be another nice day to ride, so get these saddlebag liners loaded up and hit the road. So because of the road, you know, I've been traveling the last few days, the Trans-Canadian Highway, it seems like every day is just one of those, hey, ride 400 and some miles and then, you know, your destination's on your right. And that's what we're dealing with again today. It's 435, and then once I get there, it's like a mile off the main stretch there. So I've already got my hotel room booked for tonight. Chances are, I'm about 99% sure this will be the last hotel room I stay in. I'm staying somewhere else the final night, maybe final 2 nights, kind of depends on a few things, but I probably just have 2 nights left on this trip. I'm riding to Sault Ste. Marie today, and then tomorrow I'm going to end up in, I believe it's Shelburne. And then most likely I'll ride home from Shelburne on Tuesday. Stopped here, nice little scenic overlook. Fly the drone for a minute or two, snap a few pictures, shoot a little video. Got one of the new Gold Wings over here. Not sure if it's the DCT or not. Don't really care enough to go look. Alright, back on the road. Man, this is pretty riding along the lakes. I'll tell you what, the temperature did drop back there a little bit. It was in the upper 60s starting out this morning, and then it dropped down in the mid 50s. I'm showing 59 right now, but that's probably because the bike was sitting in the sun back there a little bit. But, oh well, still a really nice ride. Coming into Terrace Bay, Ontario right now. This has just been an amazing ride this morning so far. All the bays and lakes and the water and the views are just crazy. Hey, there's the lighthouse. Sturgis, 1,034 miles. The breakfast I had this morning has not been sticking with me very well, and I've been hungry now for well over an hour. According to the GPS, there is an A&W root beer or A&W burger joint coming up in about 6.5 miles. I'm also going to need fuel. Now there is another town on further down the road, but I think it's about another 60 miles or so, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it that far on my current tank of fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up, which will be the last time I need to fill up for today, unless I fill up once I get into town just to top off the tank. But I'll be able to make it to my destination today, but I just need something to eat. I'm starving. So it turns out I am in Winnie the Pooh's hometown. He's just Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear, looking for fun, chasing some honeybees. It's kind of funny I'm riding through here because I literally just texted Kristen like a day or two ago saying I want to go see the new Winnie the Pooh movie that's got Ewan McGregor in it. And so anyway, I might take Noah to see that and then come through here. So pretty neat little stop. I'm gonna head over here and get a little something to eat now. The burger was okay, nothing, I guess I've had my A&W now for the trip, but it was still a pretty cool stop. The only thing that really sucked about it is there's not a whole lot around here, so that was a very, very busy store back there with a lot of traffic. And I don't know if you guys saw it there, if I mentioned it earlier, there was also a busload of people, busload of tourists that just got dropped off there. And I don't know what it is about busloads of tourists, but they seem to be the worst kind when it comes to just wandering around, not paying attention. And maybe it's because they haven't had to think the entire time to get there, and their brains aren't working, I'm not real sure. Now it was cool to check out the whole Winnie the Pooh hometown thing, read up a little bit on that. If you get the chance, Google it. Google Winnie the Pooh, White River, Ontario, read up about the origin. I thought that was kind of neat. That's kind of what I spent my little lunch break there doing. I do have a little shy of 200 miles left today, so figure about 3 hours. I ought to be rolling into, what is it, Sault Ste. Marie. And I should say I'm going to be on the Canadian side. There is a Michigan side as well. I'm going to stay in Canada for 2 more nights before I eventually cross back over into the States. So the weather's gotten really nice today. Temperature's sitting in the low 70s. It's sunny. Man, what a nice day to ride. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the afternoon and work my way to the hotel. Man, that's a big goose. I might have to stop up to see that real quick. That's a little too unique. So the bigger town I was talking about is the town of Wawa. It's about 2 miles, or no, what was it, 2 kilometers, so a little over a mile away. It's 3 times the size of the town I stopped in, so it means it's 3,000 people instead of 1,000. Oh man, can I not get the bike out to it? I mean, I'm sure I can, but I don't think I'm supposed to. That's alright, we'll still pull into the rest stop here and walk down there and get a picture, I guess. Park over here in the shade. That chopper finally decided to take off over here. Let's see if we can get a look at it. I don't know what it's doing. He's connected onto something, some sort of tether. Alright, so far I have covered about 305 miles. It's been about almost 60 since I last stopped. I just had to stop and check out that goose right there. How do you pass that up? And now I have about 140 or so left to go. Somebody crashed up here. I'm not real sure what the hell's going on. I guess they're letting, alright, they are letting a group come through. Just finished passing a long line of cars there, and I popped up over this hill and boom, stop sign and fire truck sitting there. Alright, didn't look like a very long line of vehicles here. Hopefully we'll be able to see what the hell happened up here, and hopefully everyone's okay. Ooh, that's not good. We got a mashed up, oh good, ooh. Somebody's missing the back section of their car and somebody's got a mashed up front section. Alright, so I am coming into Sault Ste. Marie, my destination for the night. It does look like it may rain, which is no big deal. I mean, I've got like 3 miles left to go and I'll be at the hotel. So I was checking the population sign back there. Decent sized town, 75,000 people. You know, my dark tinted shield always makes things look obviously darker than... It still looks like it might rain up ahead though. Those clouds are definitely moving in. Looks like the wind's picking up a little bit here too. Kawasaki, Suzuki. I keep wondering why nothing's open. Well, today's Sunday, I keep forgetting about that. When you're out on the road this long, you just lose track of days. There's the liquor store. And I haven't seen too many Lowe's stores this trip. I think the last one I saw was probably in Fairbanks, Alaska. Downtown bridge to USA. I gotta mute this crap. Alright guys, so I got into town probably about 2 hours, 15 minutes ago, something like that. Really, really nice hotel room for the night. Of course, it's always junked up with all my stuff. The only downside to it is I've got to ride a little ways to go get some dinner. There's nothing like walking distance here, but I can see Michigan from here, which is really cool, and part of me just wants to ride across the bridge, but I am planning on spending all day tomorrow and at least part of the next day, if not the next like 2.5 days here in Canada before I eventually go back over the border, either in Niagara or Buffalo. I haven't decided yet, but somewhere in New York. So Riverside Motorsports, don't forget those guys. I'm still big Ride on Moto and Ducati Winchester fans, but until they open up branches in Canada, these are the guys that helped me out when I needed it the most, when I needed some new tires. So rocking their hat tonight. I found a pretty cool wing joint right up the road. So I think I'm going to go check it out, and I'll bring you guys along with me. My GPS is being a little... Oh, there it goes. It finally came to life. That guy likes... he likes tucking in the t-shirt, and I don't know what the hell these idiots are doing. I mean, you would think walking through a parking lot would be fairly easy for people. Apparently not. That's interesting. Guess they're undergoing some renovations, but oh well, I'm still hungry. So, let me give you my review of Wacky Wings. Food was excellent. I had fried pickles. I had chicken fingers, or chicken tenders, whatever you want to call them, and I also drank a little bit there at the bar. That was all good. Service, it was awful. Normally I sit at the bar when I'm traveling alone because you know you're going to get taken care of. You're sitting right there, the bartender or bartenders can see when your drink's empty and fill it right back up because everything they need is literally at their fingertips, and if you need to put in an order, you put in an order, and it's usually connected onto the kitchen. Like, service is usually awesome at the bar. Tonight was awful. So, you know, I'm a former waiter, bartender from back in college, so I feel for him. Maybe she was just having a bad night. She would admit it at some point that, hey, I'm sorry the service was so shitty. So I went bare minimum at 15%, but again, food was really, really good. I'm headed back to the room right now. Well, am I headed back to the room, or am I maybe going to throw the drone up in the air? I might have to throw that drone up in the air because, you know, we're right on the St. Mary's River, right in between Ontario and Michigan. We might as well. I'll let you guys in on the secret. I'm meeting up with a subscriber tomorrow. I'm actually going to stay over at his place if everything goes as planned. And he's a fellow KTM rider. I don't want to give out first names and last names. You'll meet him tomorrow. But it was a really, really nice offer. And if he's willing to let me stay at his place, I definitely want to take him up on the offer, meet up with him. I think it'll be a great time, fellow KTM rider. I think tomorrow, like today, is going to be an awesome, and I mean awesome riding day. Today was unbelievable. So I'm going to try to not get in too much trouble and go ahead and turn up here on Bruce Street, and then maybe go throw the drone up in the air for just a little bit before someone calls the police or the Canadian equivalent to the FAA. I feel like I could ride up that street even though it's closed right now. I'm pretty sure I could. Old Ford, that thing looks nice. It's beautiful out here. It's hard to believe that Michigan's that close.